Welcome to my update and my thoughts on using the Flasher Pro by Nood. I've posted a few videos about this flasher already, and I thought that it was time to do a follow-up for a few reasons. First things first, let's just do a follow-up of my overall experience with the Flasher Pro. I have it right here. This is the Flasher Pro itself. I have to admit, after using this more and more and getting into the consistent routine of using this device, this is my favorite flasher out of all of them. By the way, there is a link to shop down below where you'll be able to go to their site directly from that link and shop their variety of devices. I personally love this one. I have the IPL lens on right now. This is where the screen is. Some things that I love about this in comparison to the Flasher 2.0. When I was using the Flasher 2.0, and I believe I even said this in my first video on my thoughts on this device, I've only used the Flasher 2.0 in the automatic setting. And then when I started using this one, I wanted to use the automatic as well. However, I actually prefer to use the manual button when I use the Flasher Pro. The reason being is this device has to be at a 90-degree angle in order for the flash to go off. The Flasher 2.0 did not have to be at a 90-degree angle for it to go off. This one is much more sensitive. So I found that as I was using it, I was constantly just getting surprised and I didn't know if the flasher was going to go off or not. So I found that the manual button helps me so much to know if I have it in the correct position, and then I can choose for when it's going to go off. Now, when I say about knowing if it's in the correct position, this button lights up blue when you're good to go. So if you see that it's lit up blue here, you're going to be able to use the manual button and then a flash will go off. By the way, I'm just pointing this out. This is not plugged in right now, which is why I'm holding it so close to my face and kind of just moving it around like this. It's not plugged in. This manual button, honestly, I love it. I will continue using the manual setting probably for my entire time using this device. The other thing I noticed is levels. For me, I noticed maybe like a little prick feeling from the Flasher 2.0 when I had it on level 5 or level 6, but this one, I noticed that the feeling of the little prick or the little moment of pain you feel, to me, it feels more intense using this device in comparison to the 2.0. I am a believer, though, that to each their own, everyone feels it a little bit differently. So when it comes to this setting, you're going to want to use it for what works best for you, honestly. I have been told I have a high pain tolerance. Way back when, before I even knew about Nood, I had gone for a few sessions for actual laser hair removal in person. She was the one who told me I have a high pain tolerance because apparently it was very painful for most people, and for me, I didn't really notice it. So anyways, then I discovered Nood, and now I don't go there anymore because it's so much more convenient to just do it at home. But the manual button is the first thing I wanted to point out about this device. The other thing I like is this metal piece here is the cooling tip. So if you're feeling like you want to have a little icy cold moment on the area that you're flashing, you can just rest this part on the area that you want to have the coolness on. The one thing I will say, again, is another reason why I like the manual setting is I don't have to worry about the flasher going off if I'm just trying to use the cooling tip. So another plus for me on using the manual button. Overall, my experience with this device has been great. I'm very happy with it, especially to continue my IPL hair removal journey. The areas I'm focused on are my underarms, My entire bikini area, so I guess you would consider that a Brazilian. I'm not sure what factually makes it a Brazilian compared to just your bikini line, but I am doing more than just my bikini line. That's my personal preference. Again, you need to decide what's right for you. For my legs, to be quite honest, the hair that's from my knee higher is more just kind of like a peach fuzz situation, and it's blonde. When you read the instructions from Nude, part of the concept of the IPL, and again, this is just explaining from my understanding of the device, do your own research, is that it reacts to contrast. So if you have a dark hair follicle against pale skin, it sees that, and that's what it's flashing. So when it comes to the hair that's from my knee up, it's not really worth me doing it because the hair there is not dark. From my knee down, my hair is darker. My hair is also a bit more coarse from all the years of shaving. So it works really well from my knee down. I do have to admit though, there are already portions of my leg from the knee down where there really isn't much hair growth anymore. And again, keep in mind, I've been using the Flasher 2.0 for a while, and then I switched to the Flasher Pro for a while. So I can only speak for my personal results that this device has worked for me, because it has. So I've noticed first in my legs, areas that have really not experienced any hair growth whatsoever. There are also areas with significantly less hair growth. For my bikini area, one of the reasons I love using this is because of ingrown hairs. I can't stand it. I cannot be bothered with having to deal with that. So that's why I like using the Nude Flasher Pro for my bikini area. And as I saw that it was working on my bikini line, that's why I decided to keep going and kind of go Brazilian. I will admit, when it comes to the 90-degree angle, the hardest part I have had is my underarms. So I have found that it works best to use this device in front of a mirror. That way I can, again, it's not plugged in right now, but I can kind of stretch and move around different ways, and I can see in the reflection if the light has turned blue or not, therefore telling me that I can use it or I cannot use it in this moment. So I would say that those are my notes, my main thoughts currently on the Flasher Pro in terms of the IPL lens. Let's move on to the lens that I got so many comments about, and let's go through an explanation of why I said what I said and why I did what I did, because I got so many comments and so many messages about it. Let's discuss the ageless lens. Now, something that I got a lot of comments on last time was you were very surprised that I used the ageless lens under my arms and not on my face. Since then, here's a response from Nude themselves showing you that you can use it on other areas other than your face. So I'm going to go through the explanation of why I used it on my underarms. I explained it in my last video, but I still got a lot of comments about the confusion. I have products that I use on my face already. When it comes to anti-aging, lightening up dark spots, things that this ageless lens is supposed to target. But because I already have products that I like to use to take care of those, I don't want to stop using them because they work. It's nothing against the ageless lens, but if I have something that works, I don't want to stop just to try to see if I can recreate the same results with a different tool. For me, doesn't make sense. So the reason why I use it on my underarms, one, there is nowhere that I found in the instructions that said that you couldn't use it anywhere else. So because there was nothing that I saw stating that, I decided, okay, I'm going to try to use it on my underarms because my underarms have some dark marks that I wanted to lighten up. So that's my reason for using it on my underarms. One, Nude never said that you couldn't. Two, I wanted to lighten up my underarms. So that was why I used it in the last video, to be able to tell you if it works on lightening dark spots. I do not use other products other than a razor and deodorant, and sometimes a little body oil for ingrown hairs when it comes to my underarms. But other than that, I don't have other devices like the ones that I use on my face. So therefore, I'm able to show you real results on if this actually lightens up some dark spots or not. I will tell you that over the summer, I ended up with this massive dark spot on the side of my body. So I will be using the ageless lens on that part of my body in the next video, where I will be doing a little tutorial using it, and that will be marking my day 0, my first time use, and then from there we will continue with a weekly journey where I can show you the use of the ageless lens to see if it can help brighten up this mark that I ended up with on my body. In addition to where I used the ageless lens, there is a comment that I reached out to Nude and have an answer for. So the original comment is, do you have to make the same skin test, parentheses, 3 times every 48 hours for 3 rounds, close parentheses, for the ageless lens too? I wish there were instructions on it too. Let's show you the answer from Nude. Hi Annie, yes, per Nude's guidelines, you should complete the same skin safety test before using the ageless lens. This means testing a small area at your chosen level, waiting 48 hours, and repeating the test for a total of 3 rounds before doing a full treatment. Even though the ageless lens is for skin rejuvenation, it still uses IPL technology, so the skin test is important to make sure your skin tolerates it safely. If you have other questions, feel free to reach out to Nude or comment them here so I can reach out to them. Keep in mind, I appreciate kind comments or kind questions. If you ask me anything in a rude manner, I will not get the answer for you. But when you are on here and you are being genuine and kind and just looking for some advice, or you have some questions on products, as always, I welcome you to comment and I will do my best to try to find an answer for you. Overall, that is my update. That is my experience. Stay tuned for a tutorial where I will be using the IPL lens as well as the ageless lens. Thank you so much for tuning in. The product links are in the description box below. Subscribe for more.